Wright.
And I'm Deonta B.
And welcome to Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B. Hey, D.
Hey.
Happy New Year.
I know, it is the new year. And it came in so super fast.
Super fast.
You didn't even have time to think about it.
Yeah, we already in February, right?
We are. And I'm excited about today's topic because we are talking about legendary essentials, meaning that people that are legendary and what it took to be a legendary person in the game. So, when you think about somebody legendary, what comes to mind?
I would say somebody like a T.D. Jakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, spiritually wise, I think he would go down as a legend as far as being able to give people a good word and deliver souls and a good message. Not on my spiritual stuff. How about you?
Oh, you can almost guess who my legendary person is. You probably didn't even have to ask me that because it's Beyonce. She goes down in history as a legend.
She is a legend.
From performances to her business sense to, just the way she is as a person, it's legendary.
Right. So we have some legendaries in their own right. So some of our guests today are Mr. Melvin Breeden. He is the CEO, president of Big Cat Records. And who else do we have on the show today?
Well, we have the Chimere Scott. She is an entrepreneur, entertainer who tours all over the world paying tribute to Tina Turner.
Okay.
Let me just say that. And also, she's a visionary, so I can't wait to hear what makes these people legendary. So if you're just tuning in, you better stay tuned. This is Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B, and we want to give you the legendary essentials so you too can be the next legendary. And we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Keep it locked. Hi, I'm Deonta B of Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B, and you can catch us every first and third Monday on Fox 54. If you would like to be a show guest, contact us on Facebook at Gwen's Business Corner, or you can email us at gwenbusinesscorner@gmail.com. Hey y'all, tax season is just around the corner. We here at Expert Tax Service want you to know that it is not too early to start sorting out all of your important documents that might affect your taxes. Some good news, Expert Tax Service will be offering refund advance loans up to $5,000. To learn more about our tax company, visit experttaxservices.com and follow Expert Tax Services on Facebook for upcoming tax tips and news. See you soon. Welcome back. And so if you're just tuning in to Gwen's Business Corner, today we are talking about legendary essentials. So we want you to know what you need to be legendary in the game. And we have with us the Chimere Scott, entrepreneur, entertainer, and visionary. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Hey, girl. Hey.
So we like to jump right into it because we want to make sure our audience get those nuggets.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Let's
So,
get it.
lady, you have been in the game
Yes.
for 20 years.
Yes,
That
I
is
have.
a very, very long time.
It
That's
is.
definitely legendary.
Yeah, I'm blessed.
Tell the audience, or rather the viewers, what recipe that you have used to substantiate a career that long in the music industry.
Well, what I came to realize is that it's so important to be diverse,
Right.
to be versatile, and to allow yourself to think outside of the box when it comes to your gift and your talent. So I started out as a singer-songwriter, and I would write songs, record the songs, I would go in the studio, and I was pursuing my career as a recording vocalist. But the thing about the entertainment industry is so unpredictable. And if you try to choose one path, you may exclude a lot of other opportunities, that may get you back to where you wanted in the first place. So I had to open up my mind. So I began to pursue acting as well as the singing. I pursued different opportunities, corporate entertainment. I did some theater work. Some television on camera work. So I just built my skills and my craft, and I just opened myself up to numerous opportunities in the industry.
So you have used all the things you've done
Yeah.
this 20 years
Yeah.
to channel into being an entrepreneur.
Yes, right.
So, I mean, for most people, it's hard to go from being an entertainer to being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can't wait to hear about
Right,
that.
right.
So, you developed Kept Spa.
The Kept Spa,
The Kept Spa.
Right.
So, what was the inspiration behind it when you decided, okay, now I'm an entertainer,
Yeah,
I'm going to
right.
become an entrepreneur?
Right. So, as a singer, I use my voice, right? As a singer, as an actress, I use my voice.
Right.
Also, as a writer, I use my voice. The Kept Spa, for me, was an opportunity to give back, to share my experiences with other women who are like me. And that's what the Kept Spa is. It's a women's social group and a lifestyle brand. So I began to come to the point where I felt like I had more to say directly as opposed to the masses. I wanted to get personal with my audience. So I decided to develop the Kept Spa. And the Kept Spa originated about two years ago after the passing of my mother. And that's another facet of myself that I don't talk about a lot. But I grew up in ministry. So I grew up singing in church. And I also grew up being groomed by my mother to be able to connect personally and spiritually with people. So long story short, after the passing of my mother, I began to seek God for what ministry looked like for me. It's like, okay, I'm an entertainer. I don't think I'm going to own no church. I don't think I'm going to have a church. I don't think I'm going to open up a church. You know, I didn't see it happening that way, so I prayed about it. And God gave me the vision for the Kept Spa. And he told me to just share and tell my story, my testimony. And that's how the Kept Spa came about.
Wow. And I always say that that's the best foundation.
Yes.
Like when you come from a church and you go and be an entertainer, like to me, it's just something about somebody that used to sing or grew up singing in church.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. And it's also like, when you talk about the ministry part of it, we all have a ministry. Like I own a tax office.
Right.
And nobody would expect for me to say my tax office is my ministry.
Yes, it is.
Yes, but it actually is my ministry because you use whatever talent and gift God gave you
to minister
to whoever He put in front of you.
That's
so
it.
I definitely get it.
That's it.
Okay, so let's go back because you have had some great experiences. So you had a soundtrack on Greenleaf, the show, which is I love, right?
Yes.
But not only that, you just mentioned like you thought outside the box, so you actually toured, performing as the legendary Tina Turner.
Yes.
And so a lot of people who are performers, they don't think outside the box.
You gotta
in
think
that type of industry.
do.
So what advice would you give someone who is an entertainer, especially singing, to seek some of those types of experiences?
You have to tap into your craft. And when I say tap into it, meaning you have to unfold the possibilities of what you can transition that into. So like the way Tina Turner, that role came from me, I was performing in a play. It's called Beehive, the 60s musical. And this musical pays tribute to female artists in the 60s. In the second half of the play, I had to play the role of Tina Turner. And it's just it's a straight performance piece in that part. So when I got that role and when I put those shoes on, it felt right. Oh, it felt right. It was like, oh, wait a minute now. And it just sparked. Something sparked for me. It felt so good. I got such great reactions from it. And then I talked to my mom, and this was years ago. This was like back in 2012 when this happened, y'all.
Wow.
I was like, you know what? I think I could do this. And just imagine from 2012 all the way up till now, I'm just now really seeing that spark come to fruition. So it's amazing. So you never know the things you'll stumble upon as you just keep going. You just got to keep going.
You're a performance coach, and you work with our youth.
Right.
Which we all know can be like
challenging.
the most challenging thing because you got to deal with parents.
Yeah.
You got to, especially what you're up against when you're trying to put positivity in our youth these days.
Right.
So what are some of the challenges that you have faced being a performance coach with the youth?
Some challenges I would say have been accessibility for them. I make myself available you know, to the youth, but them having the means to be able to take advantage of what I offer hasn't always been easy. So I try to create programs that will allow our children and our parents to be able to afford that which they can't, or to be able to get to the events or the practices or whatever is available to them. So that's been a challenge. Working with young people is a challenge in itself.
Yes.
Right.
But it's a good challenge. It's worth the challenge. And I think that because of that challenge, some people decide they'd rather not. But it's that challenge which says they need us. You know what I mean? It's their perspective, their mindset, and the challenges that they face. And that's what we have to think about. We can't think about the challenges that we face dealing with them. We have to think about the challenges they face and why they need us. So I would say that would be it. And I'm looking for ways to be able to help even more young people. Because what we want to do is we just want to keep them inspired. You know, we want to keep them inspired. We want to keep them safe, out of harm's way. And we want to be able to provide as much to them as it pertains to their future as possible.
So what's next? Because, I mean, like I said, keep thinking Tina.
Yes.
You know, you think the red dress, you think the moves, you think the sexy legs.
Yes.
So
Yes.
how can the viewers keep up with you? Like, what's next for you? What tours are you going to be on?
Right. Well, you all can follow me on Instagram at Chimere World. That's CHIMERE World. You can also follow my Timeless Tina tribute page as well. So I have two pages. So that's Chimere World and Timeless Tina Tribute. You can follow me on Facebook, Chimere Scott. Put my name in there. And you can Google me, baby.
Say Google.
There you
You
have it.
can Google me, baby.
That's what a legend. That's what a legend said.
Okay.
That's legend talk there.
But those are the main ways. If you want to get in contact with me directly, you can always DM me, but you can also email me at chimereworld@gmail.com. So I'm just doing more, booking more shows and traveling more. That's what I got going on in 2019. Yeah, securing a bigger bag.
Okay.
Bigger look, that's a new
Bigger bag.
Look, that's all legendary talk now. That's all legendary
Bigger
talk.
bags in 2019.
Yes, so if you enjoyed what we just talked about, we told you we were talking about legendary essentials, so you definitely don't want to change that channel, because coming up next, we have the CEO of Big Cat Records, and he also owns a basketball franchise. This is Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B. You better not change that channel. We'll be right back. We at Gwen's Business Corner would like to thank our proud sponsors, Expert Tax Service LLC and Pretty Boss Hair. And you can watch Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B every first and third Monday on Fox 54. I am Deonta B. Hey y'all, tax season is just around the corner. We here at Expert Tax Service want you to know that it is not too early to start sorting out all of your important documents that might affect your taxes. Some good news, Expert Tax Service will be offering refund advance loans up to $5,000. To learn more about our tax company, visit experttaxservices.com and follow Expert Tax Services on Facebook for upcoming tax tips and news. See you soon.
So, welcome back. We are talking to the legends today on Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B. And we got a real legend in the house today, Mr. Melvin Breeden. He is the CEO, president of Big Cat Records and Radar Live. Welcome, Mel.
Welcome.
Thank you. Y'all funny.
So, we'd like to jump right into it. Okay, so, you've been in the music industry for years.
Yeah.
Okay, you're the CEO of Radar Live and Big
Right.
Cat Records.
Right.
So tell us, how did you get started in developing a record label? Because, a lot of people want a record label. So what was
Wow. Well, really, that started way back. I was a producer, as a teenager. And so eventually I went to school and studied music, studied classical for like 4 or 5 years, and that really built my production skills up. But in college, I started managing a lot of artists that was there, that were on the yard, and then eventually graduated. That's when I came to Atlanta and really jumped the whole music business or record label off. That was the whole idea.
Okay. Big Cat Records.
So you talked about, how you got started. You started with college. So when you first started out in the music industry, what were some of the pitfalls that you faced? Because, when you're new and you just starting out, of course, it's like any other job. You have to sell yourself and you have to get people to buy into what you're doing. So what were some of the pitfalls and stumbling blocks that you occurred then?
The number one pitfall is money. You gotta have the finances to do this. This a rich man hobby. So I think money. I think the patience, the attitude. You need to be able to, speak well and communicate with artists wherever they are. Whether they're in the street coming up or whether they already had some success already. But you have to know how to speak their language. When you talk about radio, when you talk about spins, and you talk about sound scanning, nowadays it's more like Spotify and streams and algorithms and social media. Like, you have to know the business from a educational standpoint. You gotta have your literacy together. If you're not talking their language, they already know you don't know what you're talking about. And so once you get your literacy down pat, your music knowledge, even in the studio. Being that I'm a producer, I'm way more involved. I can tell if the key is off. I can tell if the rhythm is off beat. If the quantization is off. But you have to know that. You have to know what you're doing. So I kind of teeter the totter. I can go in the studio and I can play with you and make good records and critique it from a musicality standpoint, and then at the same time I can write a dope strategy and marketing plan and execute it.
Okay, now that sounds like some real knowledge.
Legendary.
All right, legendary. Only legends talk like that. So, of course, we got to talk about, one of the biggest artists. We talking about legendary, and you was in the starting stages of he's gonna go down as a legend in the trap music industry, Gucci Mane. So how was it working with someone starting out that career and then, him becoming a legend in his own right? Like, you develop artists like that. So talk about that a little bit.
Developing artists, that's tough, especially when, in Gucci's standpoint, who is an amazing artist. From a creative standpoint, like his work ethic, he wouldn't come out the studio. Like, he would make 2-3 songs a day. It's just his personal life. We were trying to help him get that on track. You know what I mean? So, at the time, him, growing, him maturing. At the time, we also had some, situations we were dealing with Jeezy, with young Jeezy. So, our role or my role was to support him, through that whole battle, through the whole support him and as much as I can through his court cases, be there for him because at the end of the day, it was a major case back then, but without us supporting him and financing the lawyer bills and things of that nature, who knows where we'd be right now. But I think that I knew my role, and us as a staff and as a team and my partner, we all knew our role, and that's to protect our artists as much as we can and help finance his career, keep him in the studio, keep the riffraff away from him, and just let him focus on being creative. And so he's great at that. Like, Gucci deserves everything that he has. Like, he's a great artist. It's just we had some personal things that we were dealing with as far as like, the beef and stuff that was going on back then. But nevertheless, we came out champions and his success is well deserved at this point.
That's legendary talk.
It's legendary.
So, so of course, like, I mean, we spoke on Gucci Mane, but you're responsible for other big name artists like Rashida. You know, you help all of them get their big break. And so, I mean, everybody in the world wants to be a rap artist or some type of entertainer.
Right.
So, with you being on the opposite end, what tools or steps would you give people trying to get that record deal? What would you say to those people? Because it's so many people out there now. They're like, man, if I could just get that one big name record deal like Big Cat or somebody like that. They're trying to get there. What steps would you tell them to take?
You know, nowadays it's so different.
Right.
20 years ago, 15 years ago, even 10 years ago, it was just a different game. Where, we chased, everything was about album sales, everything was about, I was there from cassettes to CDs and from CDs to records and all that. But now it's all about streaming, and now it's about social media. Now it's all about all these other things that don't necessarily have anything to do with the music. But if you want to be honest about it, you have to have the music together.
Good advice. So we talked a little earlier before we got on camera, and now I commend you because your background is extensive. Like, you just worked with a gospel artist, Cannon Jones, and you work with other rock artists and different stuff like that. So tell us how important it is to work with different people of that nature.
Well, for us, we're in the music business. We're not in the rap business. So like Canton Jones, I mentioned earlier, we won Album of the Year, Hip Hop Album of the Year, Stella Awards this year, but it was different, something totally different, non-traditional. We call it Kingdom Trap, and we had a hit record. I don't know if y'all ever heard it, called "Won't He Do It." Willie won't he do it? Pretty, hot record, and it just, was different. It was unusual to the gospel industry. So we're gonna continue that path with Canton, but I have a country artist, pop, Christian, reggae. I did Buju Banton's last album, who he just came home from a 8-year prison sentence. But we diversify music, jazz. We're all around. It's not just again, we're just not in the rap business. We're in the music business.
Right.
So, all this legendary information that we're getting from you. So, for those that want to keep up with what you got going on, you also have a basketball franchise. Right. So, tell the viewers how they can find you and how they can find out what's next with you.
Oh, you got to stay tuned in. You can follow me on IG, Instagram, radar_live. That's one account. I have about 5 accounts, but radar_live. Instagram at Mel-Man Music, MELMANMUSIC. You can follow us on website, bigcatrecords.net, radarlive.us, or you could just, Google.
Legends.
Just Google Mel. You're going to find me, okay? Fine, do your research.
Do your research.
Do your research. But yeah, you can find us pretty much moving around, and shout us out. We definitely respond.
Well, there you have it. Like we said, only legends tell you to Google them.
Yes.
Oh no, Google.
So me and Gwen are working on. Well, you can Google us. So
there you go.
We might be legends. We might be legends. So coming up next, we're gonna tell you what we have going on that is legendary essential. So you better not leave that couch because we'll be right back. This is Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B. Stay tuned, keep it locked. Hi, I'm Deonta B of Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B. And you can catch us every first and third Monday on Fox 54. If you would like to be a show guest, contact us on Facebook at Gwen's Business Corner, or you can email us at gwenbusinesscorner@gmail.com. Hey y'all, tax season is just around the corner. We here at Expert Tax Service want you to know that it is not too early to start sorting out all of your important documents that might affect your taxes. Some good news, Expert Tax Service will be offering refund advance loans up to $5,000. To learn more about our tax company, visit experttaxservices.com and follow Expert Tax Services on Facebook for upcoming tax tips and news. See you soon. Welcome back. And if you're just tuning in, we're talking about legendary essentials. And I mean, Gwen, that was just an amazing show.
It was an amazing show. It was a good way to kick off 2019 with some legends.
Yes, it was. And I mean, to think about it, it does something to you. Like, it makes you warm because you know one day you're going to be legendary. Like, we got, how many more years we got? They 20 years in the game. How many more years we got?
We ain't got that longer. We got about 7-8 years, but we're going to make a whole lot of more, girl. Don't worry about it. Before we even get to that 20 years.
So, speaking of legendary, celebrating 12 years in business, I consider that legendary.
That is legendary, girl, especially in the tax game, baby.
I know. So, we're in tax season. So, I mean, tell them what's going on in the tax world.
So, you know, we got a lot of things going on in the tax industry. You know, thank God I'm going to get held up by the government shutdown. Hallelujah.
Happy day.
Yes, we're so happy that it get held up. But your refund should be coming soon for those ones that are waiting. So if you got EIC, Additional Child Tax Credit, and you filed in January and you're still waiting on your money, understand it's on its way. They should start releasing it after February the 15th. But outside of that, we're still ready here to serve you at Expert Tax Service LLC, the legendary Expert Tax Service LLC. You know, we have a location in Columbus, Georgia that I run, and Deonta runs the one in Stone Mountain, Georgia, in the Atlanta area. But no, you also can get it done virtually. It don't matter where you live, but we service all 50 states. So if you would like for us to touch your taxes, and we are some legends in the tax game, definitely visit our website at www.experttaxservices.com, and you can submit your information on our website.
Well, how can they find you?
Girl, they can find me at Gwennetta Wright on all social media outlets. And you can visit my website at www.gwennettarwright.com. Girl, how can they find you?
Well, since I'm legendary, I might just say Google me. But you can find me at www.therealdeontab.com and at all social media sites at therealdeontab.com. And there you have it. We had a great show, Legendary Essentials. And I mean, Valentine's Day is coming up, so we hope you are cuddling up with your boo.
Oh, boo.
So we want to wish you peace, love, and more love. This is Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B, and we're out. Peace.